so I think we can just maybe wait for another half a minute and just have some basic things till then, and then we'll just get started today. Okay. Okay, we are live now. Okay, so first of all, I just want you to type yes if your children are preparing for competitive exams. Just type yes if your children are preparing for competitive exams. And also mention the standard, the class, the grade they are in, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, whatever it is. 6th, class 7th, 11th, 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 10th, 12th, 7th, 6th, 8th, 8th, 8th. Okay. Okay, so a lot of different age groups we have here. So let's, first of all, tell me, do you think it's very difficult to crack through the exams? How many of you think that it's very difficult to crack through the exams? Type D. Okay, let's understand today what is our roles as parents when our children are preparing for competitions. Because many times what happens is that we forget our role as parents. We forget our parenting KPI. You understand KPI? Key process indicator. Like when we are working for a corporate, we have our key process indicators. What will define if we have worked well throughout the year or not? So for example, how many sales did we do, or what revenue did we earn, or how much profit did we make, or how many units did we sell? Various KPIs for different people, right? So what is our parenting KPI? If we don't understand that well, then the role we play as parents while our children are preparing for competitive exams, that goes suddenly berserk. Okay. So first of all, understand this, that our parenting KPI is not the percentile, the rank that your child gets. Okay. You will not be judged by how much did your child score in an IIT or a NEET or a JEE or whatever. You will not be judged by that. In fact, nobody is judging you. First of all, be clear about that. And if you are thinking that what your relatives or what your friends are thinking, don't worry about that, because somewhere hidden we have that fear. We may or may not admit it even to ourselves, but we do fear that, okay, they got this much marks, that person's son or daughter got through IIT. If my child is not getting through, then what? How does that reflect on my parenting? So first of all, try to completely detach yourself from the rank that your child will get. Because till you are not detached with this, there is no way that you will be able to do justice to your role as a parent. Because like most of you have, mentioned here, D, difficult. I think all of you have mentioned it's difficult. So it is difficult, no doubt about it, right? But what is our role as a parent? Not to make something which is already difficult, to make it difficult to achieve also. When it's difficult, it means that a lot of hard work is required for that, and not just a lot of hard work, but a right mindset. Okay. Can you achieve anything difficult with a lot of pressure and a negative mindset that hoga bhi ya nahi hoga? Is it possible? If before a war, you think, oh my God, that army is of 1,000 people and we are just 500, there is no way we can win. Is there any possibility that you will ever win that? And when you prepare for any such competitions, do you know how many students are you competing with? It's not in thousands, it's not in lakhs, and it's not even your own batch students. It's not, your local coaching institute's batch. It's not, the competition is not just all across India. It's not just with class 12 students. It's also with those students who have dropped for the first time, or even some children who have dropped for the second time. So competition is with a lot number of students, or not only with those students. So these are three batches, right? 12th class, the people who dropped for the first time and the people who dropped for the second time. And there's another one. If you choose to drop for one more year, then your competition is also with the upcoming batch, which is class 11th. If you're in class 12th, then the class 11th. So the junior batch, okay, the next batch. So it's actually 4 years, 4 batches that you have to compare with. So will our mindset of hoga bhi nahi hoga ever work in this? How many people make through IT? You know that percentage is so small. Why is that so small? Because of course the seats are small, very less, right? So if the seats are less, do you think just by telling your child work harder, work harder, work harder, they'll get anywhere? Type yes, they will get anywhere. If you think they can get anywhere by this attitude, no, right? So we have to really work on what is our role, because we get into the role of students, studying with them, waking up till late with them, all those things we are doing just to ensure that not going on vacation, all those things we do, but the real things we forget, which are the pillars of success. So today I'll be touching upon those important things which we have to do as parents when our children are preparing for competitive exams. Okay. Because see, we are already providing them the best coaching institutes, whatever we understand is best, right? So that, of course, we are doing, and that is a given, right? Everyone is doing that. We are providing them with the best resources, books. A lot of time we don't involve them in the household chores. Also, many times we say that, no, you just focus on studies. We'll take care of everything, right? But even despite that, what are the other major things that we have to do to prepare them for success? So the one most important thing is let them prepare for success, but then also be prepared for the worst. That is where you start from. You have to be prepared for the worst, because if inside your mind you are not prepared for things may go wrong, then that means that your child is also not developing that resilience. He is always under a lot of pressure. He is not able to prepare with enthusiasm, but with pressure. Do we want to burden our children with pressure, or do we want them to work enthusiastically? What do you want? Pressure or enthusiasm? Type E for enthusiasm and P for pressure. Nobody wants pressure for their children, right? But we are still somehow giving them pressure. Do you know how? How are we giving them pressure? Okay, we'll come to that. So you can just type your responses till then. Okay, so we have to look at the pillars of preparation for parents. Okay, today I'll be talking about the 3 pillars of preparation for parents. What are those? Know your role, focus on right things, and number 3, maintain open communication. So first, know your role. What is your role and how do you have to execute this role? As a guide, as a mentor, with grace. Okay, not with pressure and panic, but with grace and guidance. You have to become their anchors. And the most important thing is you have to stop micromanaging. You have to give them structure, but you have to stay away from micromanaging, as in you can't tell them after every 2 hours, कितना पढ़ाई हो गई, क्या किया अभी तक तुमने, बीच में मोबाइल तो नहीं देखा, मॉक दे दिया, रिवीजन पूरा हो गया. No. You are not their CCTV cameras, right? You are their energy source. So your role as a parent is that of a son, is that of energy source from there where they just take the energy and they feel rejuvenated and revitalized. So remember, your role as a parent is that of a son, of an energy giver. Type son, type son in the chat box. You have to remember this. And while you're writing and typing in the chat box, also keep taking your notes so that you don't forget this. Your role as a parent is that of the son, is that of an energy giver, right? Not an energy taker, not a puller that, oh, तुमने पढ़ाई नहीं की, तुमने ये नहीं किया, तुमने वो नहीं किया. These are all negative things. Leave them behind. We are talking so much since past so many days about communication skills, about improving our vocabulary, how to keep it positive. Watch, go back, watch all those lives, understand what is the way to nudge your child in the right direction in a positive way so that he listens to you, right? But right now, we're just focusing on the competitive part. And here, I want you to stop micromanaging for sure. Number two, focus on the right things. Okay. What was the first thing? Can you just write? Know your role. Please type it in the chat box. Know your role. That is your first pillar of preparation. Number two is focus on right things. When we say focus on right things, it is like you have to tell them that your worth is not your score. You have to know it, in fact. You don't have to tell it, but you have to know it that your child's worth is not his score. Scores may go up and down, but his worth will not be decided by this. Okay, because the difference could just be in points, could be a little more, does not matter. His worth cannot be his scores. Believe in your child. Be their emotional anchor. Create a stable environment. Not कि आज अच्छे मार्क्स आ गए तो आज सेलिब्रेट हो गया, कल बुरे मार्क्स आ गए तो हर कोई बच्चे को डांट लगा रहा है कि तुमसे इतना भी नहीं हुआ, हमने तो कहा ही था पढ़ाई करो और तुम फिर भी नीचे खेलने गए हुए थे. No, you have to give them a stable environment, a space. You have to provide that flexibility also, not just structure. And you have to help them manage energy, not just time. Because बच्चों को ये बात नहीं समझ में आती how to manage energy. They can be distracted into various things, but does not mean that you keep telling them study, 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 and trying to manage their time, their schedules, making so many parents maintain their timetable. 5 बजे सुबह उठना है, ये करना है, 9 o'clock ये करना है, 11 o'clock ये करना है. You don't have to manage their time. You have to manage their energy. Whatever they're doing, they should be efficient, effective, productive in that. So that is our role, that we are not talking things to them which drain them out of their energy. We are not burdening them with so many thoughts that they drains them out of their energy. We are not having such high expectations that within their brain, they're just always thinking कि नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा. More than 50% students are always thinking नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा. They are not focusing on the task at hand. We don't know this because I'm now coming to the third pillar, which is maintain open communication. When your child knows that he can come up to you and talk about what he's facing, the challenges, that is the most important thing, because children just don't come up with their issues because they fear within so much कि अरे मम्मी को बोलूंगा तो क्या कहेंगी और वो जाके पापा को बोलेंगी और पापा से झाड़ पड़ेगी. तो they just keep everything hidden within themselves. और होता क्या है कि काफी सारे बच्चों को हम साइंस लिया है तो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में डाल ही देते हैं, जबकि इफ यू विल गो एंड आस्क एनी कोचिंग टीचर इंस्टीट्यूट, दे विल से कि 90% स्टूडेंट्स शुड नॉट हैव बीन देयर इन दी. वो सीबीएसई कर ले, उनके लिए वही बहुत है. बट बच्चों की हिम्मत ही नहीं होती पेरेंट्स से बोलने के लिए, बिकॉज सी विद इन द फर्स्ट 6 to 8 months ये क्लियर हो जाता है कि कौन बच्चा कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में बैठने के बाद सच में कुछ कर भी पाएगा या नहीं कर पाएगा. लेकिन हम बच्चे को बोलने का मौका नहीं देते और हम खुद भी नहीं ये समझने की कोशिश करते कि अरे इसके मार्क्स इतने कम आ रहे हैं एंड ये नहीं फोकस कर पा रहा है, तो लेट्स जस्ट आस्क कि बेटा सिर्फ सीबीएसई करने का मन है आपका. हम अपने आप को धक्का देते रहते हैं कि नहीं नहीं करेगा करेगा, कैसे नहीं करेगा, सब तो प्रिपरेशन करते ना, ये भी करेगा, ये मेहनत से क्यों पीछे हटे. अरे मेहनत ठीक है, मगर मेहनत सीबीएसई में भी हो सकती है ना. और एक चीज में आप मेहनत करवा रहे हो जहां पे आपको लग रहा है कि रिजल्ट नहीं आ पाएगा, तभी हम पुश कर रहे हैं. let's not become blind. Let's actually face that reality so that we can really help our children through this phase. Right? How many of you agree with that? So see, किसी भी preparation में there are 5 things which are most important, and you can watch hundreds, thousands, however many shorts and videos and all of that कि कैसे prepare किया जाए. 4-5 चीजें ही निकल के आएंगी. वैसे तो 2-3 ही निकल के आती हैं, बट स्टिल आई एम ट्राइंग टू गिव यू मेन थिंग्स विच आर इंपॉर्टेंट. वो किसी भी एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन में वही चीजें चाहिए. व्हाट इज योर डेली रूटीन? व्हाट इज योर डाइट? How do you take breaks? How long? And what do you do in those breaks? And most importantly, are you enthusiastic about your studies? Or are you just doing out of push? And where is your focus? Is our focus right or not? These are the 5 things which are required for any exam. And whether it's JEE or NEET, this does not change. So what is our role as parents? That slowly, as they're growing up, we are helping them get into a daily routine. We are giving them healthy diet, light diet, not heavy diets before sleep time, right? We are ensuring that they are getting proper breaks, that they do their physical exercise. आप किसी भी टॉपर का अगर इंटरव्यू सुनोगे, AIR rank holders, they'll always say that I would exercise for at least 1 hour, or I would paint, or I would talk to the family, talk to my younger sister. So many things you will hear from them. But what we do, as soon as the child joins a coaching, we'll say, stop all the other activities. We don't want to waste your time. टाइम तो आपने बचा लिया, बट एनर्जी का क्या हुआ? एनर्जी वापस नहीं आई. Right? Energy did not get replenished because it's just getting drained. It's just getting drained by studying so much. So you have to have ways to get that energy back. And from where will that energy come back? By all these activities which the brain loves to do. Brain is studying hard. Now it needs something to take to get away from studies and focus on something it really likes, so that the good hormones are secreted in the body. Now there's so much text, so much research available on all these topics. You can go as much deep as you want to understand that peak performance happens only when our brains are happy. So we have to know what activities will keep our children's brain happy and not deprive them of all the extracurricular things just because now they're preparing for competitions, right? And of course, enthusiasm to study cannot be taken away. And what do I mean by that? When you are telling them 24/7 पढ़ाई की कितनी की, इस बार तो मार्क्स बेकार नहीं आएंगे, उसके देखो इतने आ गए. Don't start comparing right from the beginning. There is a process. स्टार्टिंग में सम चाइल्ड में गेट फुल मार्क्स, बट हो सकता है आपके बच्चे ने 3-4 सब्जेक्ट्स और भी पढ़ लिए हो, या कोई सिली मिस्टेक कर दी हो, या समटाइम्स दे आर नॉट एबल टू फोकस कि अच्छा स्कूल पे ज्यादा ध्यान देना है या कोचिंग पे ज्यादा ध्यान देना है या एनसीईआरटी पढ़नी है, मॉड्यूल पढ़ना है. सो इट टेक्स सम टाइम टू गेट इनटू द ग्रूव. It's okay. Give them the time. Allow that flexibility to get good marks or bad marks. Every time they'll not come first. So just focus on the process, not on the outcome. आप पहले सिर्फ प्रोसेस पर फोकस करते जाओ, आउटकम अपने आप आएगा. ये सब किताबी बातें नहीं हैं. These are actual insights which make a difference, right? So you have to prepare for the best, but you have to be prepared for the worst inside. But you have to always prepare for the best, which means you have to believe that your child will do the best because of the hard work he is putting in and the belief system you have. Show your support. Okay? So don't just talk about scores all the time. Talk about how nicely they are working hard and appreciate their efforts. Right? So I want all of you to first of all write here that I will be a better support for my child. I will be a better support. Yes. And the next thing I want you to do is share this live with at least 2 parents you know are struggling in this phase. Because parents, we have to manage our own energies and we have to stay in the positive zone so that we can provide that kind of stable environment and space where our children can flourish. Results may vary, but what will they carry with them even after 12th, after college? Of course, with IIT, with NEET, without it, also they will do something very good in life, what they are meant for. They will certainly get there. Someone will get there pretty quickly, someone might take a little more time, but all of them will eventually get there. But what will they carry with them? That my parents stood with me. They were my emotional anchors. I did not feel that I was not supported enough just because I did not get good marks. When the marks are not good and the child is coming home back with a sullen face, then instead of scolding him, pat him on the back, just offer him something nice to eat, give him a nice hug. Just be with him, understand what he is going through. Put yourself in his shoes, in her shoes, and see how you would have felt had your appraisal not went good at office, what you would have felt. And what if you come back and your parents start telling you that, oh, you have not done a good job? You did not get even 10% increment? What's the point of working in a big company if you can't even get this much of salary? How would you feel if you start getting that kind of conversation from all corners? We just forget these basic things because we are so attached to the result that our child is bringing. So first, most important thing is to detach yourself from the outcome. Just focus on the process, right? So I know there are a lot of questions coming in, and we'll discuss them again in our weekly call. And till then, see you tomorrow. And I hope we are providing this support to our children. And don't forget to share.